That's funny. Hey, everybody. It's a podcast for we, a podcast for us, as well as a podcast for you, who are the we. You would think it should be podcast for you, but because that's already a thing, I'm going to say we. So I'm your host, Kevin, K-Dog also. And we're going to have our other host there, Eb Dog. And we do the things where we review stuff and talk about nerd stuff and get into nerd rage and all that good stuff.
Well, I don't nerd rage.
You suck.
Oh.
That's how that works. That's all I can think of. You know, nerd rage? Get that.
I don't feel like I do, unless it's something that's really personal to me.
You don't really give a shit about a lot of things, this nerd thing. You kind of like stuff, but you're not like invested emotionally.
I give a shit, and I always stand my ground. But if you say I don't, then I guess I don't.
Well, no, you stand your ground. That's a thing. That's not like a thing in which, like, nerd rage is okay. I'll give you nerd rage. All right, good segue. You got that He-Man. I know you haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
So they come out with this show. It's basically on Netflix. Looks like Castlevania level art, right? And it's basically they redo He-Man. Now, you and I. We've watched He-Man, but really, it's not really, we're not invested. Just kind of like Iron Man before Iron Man. Like, we knew of him.
Right.
But then they made a movie and we're like, oh shit, he's really cool, right? See, He-Man's like of that nature. But this time, instead of doing Iron Man, he did He-Man. Okay, so that being said, they do this show, right? And they have him prominently in the front. All these explosions in the background. That's your cover.
Yeah, we were pumped by the trailer. I remember we talked about
it. Yeah. So the first episode, awesome. It was fucking great. It was explosions. He-Man's fucking shit up. Things are happening. And then He-Man dies. You think, all right, that's not a thing, right? This show is 5 episodes long. He's dead for the entire show. It's all about
the whole show?
Yeah, it's only 5 episodes.
He's dead?
Yeah.
Or gone?
He comes back. Okay, I'm not spoiler. He comes back at the very end of the show as it's about to end and then dies. And then gets stabbed and then he's out. But the whole show is centered around his friend Teela, which, okay, if you ever watch He-Man, Teela is a character in the show. So much so as the little lion, the fucking wizard dude, Master at Arms, they're all fucking there, right? But they center the character around her. I'm not gonna lie, if you would have called it Teela and I watched it, I would have loved this show completely.
Right.
Because it's a really good arc. It's kind of a cool concept. I think after the backlash, you couldn't do something like this with Superman. It's as if like you did Superman, but without Superman. So you take Superman out of the equation and it's Lois Lane's quest to bring him back.
Or then, Supergirl, even though it's a character that you beat that can have its own show that can carry itself, they tricked you into thinking it's Superman, but it's actually Supergirl.
No, it's better with my analogy works, and I'll tell you why. No. I hear what you're saying, but no, you gotta follow me on it because He-Man gets that. He-Man gets that sword, and he's powerful. Okay, so Superman. He's got powers. He's powerful. Lois Lane goes on a quest to get him back. And in each episode, she's having flashbacks of the Man of Steel and their adventures together, whatever. And at the very end, they tease that anyone could be a Kryptonian. So at the end of He-Man, they are literally saying, like, anyone can hold that sword as they built up this hero arc for Teela. So I don't know. Like, I don't know. And He-Man's like, oh, yeah, at the end of the fucking thing, he goes, yeah, I don't know about the power. And he's all confused. And it's like, I'm pretty sure they're angling it for her to have that sword. And they have pretense for it, too. So they go into Paternia, which is like heaven, He-Man heaven. And they have other He-Man and a woman who also is He-Man. Not like they all look like best versions of themselves. That's all it is. So she's like badass and shit. So that's it. And I was just like, okay, I see what you're doing here, but you can't deny that you fucking lied. And it's okay. I was like, how do you do He-Man without He-Man? And then my wife's like, it's not called He-Man. It's called Masters of the Universe. And I was like, I had to look. I had to double take. Because here I'm looking at a cover of fucking He-Man, Skeletor, everybody. Teela's in the background. And like fucking, I mean, am I stupid here? I'm like, if I saw a picture of fucking Neo in the Matrix and it's all about fucking Switch, I would be fucking infuriated.
Well, even G.I. Joe Retaliation, Channing Tatum was in there, but he wasn't like first and foremost on the posters and shit. When I went to go watch it, I was like, hey, Channing Tatum's in this. Oh, he's dead. Never mind.
Yeah, that's the thing. But do you see that, like, the nerd rage that's going on? So in defense of this, Kevin Smith, it goes, I did this for He-Man fans. And I'm like, who the fuck is a He-Man fan? Like, seriously, is it my kid? Is my kid a He-Man fan? Or is He-Man fan, did you think that He-Man fans are not guys of 30 and up?
Yeah.
Men 30 and up, not girls, men. Because men watch He-Man. Yes, there are outliers. There's females out there.
Yeah, there's always exceptions. Yeah.
But this is, who's your fan base? So here's your fan base getting ready to watch fucking He-Man, and he dies in the first. And I'm not gonna lie, that first episode was a banger. But then they killed him, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, that was bold. And they kept on going.
Yeah, I don't know what to say, man. I mean, the only thing I can think of is like Star Wars, you know?
Yes.
Where they set up these expectations.
Yes.
You know, they had Luke in the trailers and shit. You think he'd be doing all kinds of, they did nothing.
He did nothing. But like even more devious than that is if Luke Skywalker was supposed, like, it's called Luke Skywalker. Not
what, but it's not called He-Man though.
I know, Master of the Universe.
So,
because like all right, let's go back 20 years ago and say, have you seen Masters of the Universe?
Yeah, first thing everybody's gonna think of is He-Man.
But no, but they wouldn't even know that. You would say, oh, you know He-Man. Oh yeah, I know He-Man. Like, Masters of the Universe is this extra tacked on name.
Right.
You know, like, it's not as synonymous as like Ninja Turtles. Like, you just say Ninja Turtles. You couldn't just say Teenage Mutant. People wouldn't. They were like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" But you have Ninja Turtles. Oh yeah, I got it. He-Man, motherfucker. He-Man.
Yeah, Power Rangers are really Mighty Morphin.
Exactly. Like Mighty Morphin. You watching Mighty Morphin? What the fuck is that? Power Rangers.
Yeah, Power Rangers.
Oh, so they did.
Yeah, you're right. You watch He-Man. Yeah. Well, I get it.
Yeah. So they did this thing. They put him on the front cover, Masters of the Universe, and they did that shit on purpose, and you know it. And all right, like, that aside, I'm now reading comments. These fucking assholes. I don't know who these people are. I don't know if they're bots or they're trolls. I don't know what they are, but they're like, oh, these fucking men are crying and shit. Two things. I don't give a fuck about He-Man. I honestly don't.
Yeah, it's not near and dear to me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm watching it. I enjoyed it. I did. But you cannot refute what they did. They did this thing to trick you. You have He-Man. It's a He-Man property, and then you took him out. And then people are like, people who are actual fans of He-Man, let's say men, they're like, the fuck? And then, like, you have these, and like it goes further than that, though. Teela becomes like this alpha fucking dude looking chick. And like, somebody did a rendering of her without her hair, and it was like straight guy. So basically they just drew guys, and then they just gave her long hair.
Give her hair.
Yeah, and then so she's alpha chick, right? So you got a main character who's a woman. What do you think her sexual orientation has to be?
Did they make her a lesbian, Kevin? Is that what
Fuck yeah, they did. I mean, like, all right, she's not out tonguing her best friend, but I mean, it's there, dude. It's fucking, they're fucking, you know, they're eating each other's paws, dude. That shit's happening. But all right, here's another thing. And I was like, fuck, of course, straight women can't be alphas. Duh. Who would have thought? You know, you could always have them as sub characters, but as main characters, you got to be fucking lesbian. I mean, that's just the way it is. But I was gonna say something else. What was I gonna say? Wonder Woman, not Wonder Woman. Teela, she's fucking that guy. No, she's the other thing. You know, all right. So they did this thing right at the very end. They were like, okay, the whole story is all of eternity. The entire universe is gonna die unless they do this one thing, right? And Teela, she's going through her emotions. She's like, I don't want to do that. Forget you guys. I'm not down for heroes. You guys lied to me. I'm not doing that. And I'm like, wait, did you not just hear her say the end of the universe? Like, I mean, they said everyone.
They just walk away from it.
Yeah, I mean, like, so you just want to die. That's what you want to do. Then her friend goes, I want to save everybody. And then she looks at her friend, her bestie, her paw licking friend. She's like, I'll help you. And I'm like, well, you should, because if you don't, she died.
You're
You
dead
both
too.
die. You're dead too. And I was like, where's the logic in that? But whatever. I mean, it was a good show though. No, seriously, all the bitches that are like, yeah, I get you. I fucking feel you. I see what they did. I think it's disingenuous that they go, yeah, we made this for He-Man fans. No, you didn't. You did this for social justice. You woke sons of bitches.
Yeah, they could have probably just like lost the first episode, done the episodes after that with just the female character, and called it something different.
Oh yeah,
instead of the bait and switch.
Oh yeah, definitely. If you would have called it Tila, Master of the Universe, I would have been like, I watched She-Ra. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like,
right.
I watched, like, I would have watched it, but you try to get the other fan base, create nerd rage and wokeness, and then like, because you did, like, you can't even rate this fucking show, because I actually did like it, but you can't even say that because you got that wokeness in there, and it's like, oh, you're just saying because you're woke, or if I say I hate it, or you just saying that because you're sexist, racist, and all that bullshit. That's where we're at.
I think you could say that you liked it, but that you didn't appreciate that, the marketing made you think one thing,
No, well, I don't like that they're
and
being
not subvert your
disingenuous.
expectations, as in, like, oh, you didn't like the twist. Well, the twist wasn't a twist. The twist was the plot. You're spending all the time with this other character, not the one that you kind of led everybody to believe was going to be the main character.
I know. Fucking Kevin Smith is the one who wrote it or something like that. He was part of this. He was like the executive producer. And he's like, oh shit, he got the nerd rage hard. And then he started blaming men. He did the thing where he blamed the fans. Well, the fans are just stupid and they don't know what they're talking about. They're just jealous that a woman hero. And I'm like, you what the fuck? And what?
I've never really paid much attention to Kevin Smith.
Well, he's supposed to be the guy who doesn't do exactly what he just did.
Yeah, but I get it. I mean, I don't know. I've never given him much weight.
If you ever saw, I listened to his podcast.
He's supposed to be one of us, right? But
and he's
in
not.
That world. Yeah, I've never really gotten that sense.
Well, ever since Star Wars, when he backed Star Wars 8, I was like, this guy is not one of us.
What was that? Insurrection or
Star Wars 8?
It was Star Wars 8. My bad.
Oh, not Star Trek. Yeah,
Star Trek.
Star Wars 8. Yeah, it was like, you're not one of us.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you know? No.
Well, I mean, that's my He-Man rage. And then everyone's okay. Last thing, Rotten Tomatoes. They did the Dave Chappelle thing for that one.
How do you mean?
96% on Rotten, like critic, like fresh. Of the audience scores like almost 0.
Oh, damn.
And then they said
again, the critics probably came into it cold, not knowing what the show was about or is about.
No, those critics are fucking woke as fuck, dude.
That's like they watch too. They didn't want to be the ones to point out anything and end up facing that firing squad.
Of course, that's what this is now. No one's true anymore. Shit. I mean, like, if you watch Dave Chappelle cold, speaking of which, I'm probably gonna watch when I fucking done here. I mean, you watch any of his comedy specials, if you don't come out of that laughing or feeling like, oh, that was good shit, and you just say, oh yeah, it's too racy, it's too much. You're too much.
Yeah. Of course, I mean, he does hit the limit, but I don't think he's ever been really unjustified, in some of the observations that he makes.
I agree.
Or unqualified.
All right, let's do some Loki.
Let's do some Loki.
All right, ending of Loki. What did you think? What were your thoughts?
It was fucking awesome. It was great.
Okay. So we knew it was going to be Korg the Conqueror. We knew it.
Kang.
Huh?
Korg was the rock guy.
Yeah, you're right. Kang. Kang the Conqueror.
I have a feeling that you knew it was going to be Kang. I am not as familiar with Kang.
Oh, yeah. Well,
though I had heard grumblings.
I heard grumblings, and I was like, if people are saying it, it probably is true. I didn't want it to be.
Well, I think as it got louder after the show came out, and it makes sense now that I'm digging into it.
Oh yes, dude. Yeah.
Judge Renslayer, as soon as they added her in there, it was like it has to be
Yeah.
because she's his main chick,
Yeah.
you know, in the comics, and she's one of his big motivations too. So as soon as they put her character in there, for a lot of people that knew it, that was it, that was the thing. And so you know it was getting louder as we're getting closer to the end. Um, if I had known more about Kang, I would have been like, yeah, that's the dude. This is pretty obviously the dude. The
Well,
cool
I
thing
mean,
is though,
okay.
the time variance authority, the three leaders, those are there is a version in Marvel where the TVA is led by those three.
Oh,
So that is a thing. So it was cool that they were fucking with the people that already knew the comic book too.
hmm.
So not just fucking with us by doing the whole Wizard of Oz thing, but also fucking with people that were already familiar with the mythos, and saw the characters and said, "Oh shit, they look just like the ones from the comic books."
I
And
think
then,
that.
"Oh shit, no, fucking that they're just a front for another guy."
I think they using Kang the Conqueror. I mean, it's not, dude. I'm telling you, man. There ain't no comic book nerd out there. I mean, there is probably, but the mass majority of comic book nerds, just like Iron Man, we're like, oh yeah, Kang the Conqueror. I'm telling you, man. There's like tons of other characters out there that are like, oh shit, you know, you can make any character seem pretty fucking cosmic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was a guy called Molecule Man. He reshaped the universe. Molecule Man. Get the fuck out of here. He's just some guy.
What I liked about this is that it seems like they stuck pretty close to the story of Kang. Um, in that there's one that you know was checking out all the other ones, and at first they were peaceful, but then they all started fucking killing each other to see who could be the one, right? And then he'll go back and forward through time, you know, to try and change shit, which makes it all fucking crazy. Um, I like the idea because the dude that played him did a great job. I think of almost this unsettling. It was better than like in the Matrix 2, right? Matrix 2, you get the architect and it's all exposition, but it's confusing as fuck. You got to watch it a couple times and really keep up with the vocab. But in this one, I mean, he showed you who he was, and he was pretty honest the whole time. And in the end, he's like, "Okay, I'll see you later." You know, it'll be another version of me, but not as calm and composed as this one. You know, or maybe the same, but maybe different. We don't know anymore. It's that variable that we don't know what to expect. And so, how good is this guy's acting to play a bunch of different versions of it?
I have to
What
say,
I'm gonna
as it comes to God, dude, you went so many places, and I was with you on
Yeah,
all
I'm
of them.
sorry.
But I mean, like the way they portrayed him was so well done because he was at like you. I love the fact that you pulled the architect. He literally is exposition, but it was so well done. Like baby steps, and then
Yeah.
it's not like he was stupid. It was so baby steps, and like the thing to take away is it's not so much as like he was the first or the last. Well, actually, he was the last, but he was the one who tamed Eliath. You
Right.
know, because he got that power, he got the jump on all of them, and then
Right.
isolated the timeline to create this scenario where he has two Lokis to come up with a good decision, right? And I thought it was so cool that the way he just subtly explained the story, you know, like there was many of us, and then we fought each other, and then
And you use the little visual aids too,
yeah,
you know, instead of flashbacks, which was clever on the writer's part too, because since they're little visual aids, you could change actors or do different things.
yeah,
If you do a flashback, you're kind of stuck with that, you know, the shape of the building in the back and this and that bullshit, you
yeah,
know. By keeping it a
vague.
little vague, you still leave yourself
Mhm.
some flexibility to change things without people nitpicking the fuck out of it.
What I like too, as well, is it's very there's not much to that. Believe it or not, there's not that much to the episode. Really, it is basically as soon as they see Kang, it is like expositionville. Everything else was kind of whatever. All that extra stuff where what's her name goes, the
Red
judge,
Sweat.
yeah, whatever, wherever she does, whatever they do, it just didn't matter. It was just there. It was just filler. But the real most of it, the beef of it was basically when they see Kang the Conqueror, and it was very tight the way he was explaining, like, look, if you kill me, there's going to be an infinite of me, and we don't know where that's going to be. And if you let me live, this is me, and then you just guys make the choices.
Have you seen? I think it's a TikTok that puts the last episode of Scarlet Witch side by side with the last episode of Loki, time for time, second for second.
What? Why?
So
What?
I don't know how legit it is, and I'll have to show it to you. And if you want, you can pause it. It's definitely worth watching before we go forward and discussing it. You know what? Pause the recording. Let me send it to you right now. No, reality doesn't revolve around you, or does it? You know.
But she creates the Nexus realm. That's what they call it.
So right. So I don't know. I don't know. I watched it. I thought it was really interesting because when I was watching that Kang scene of him going through the threshold, I was like, man, it's kind of long, you know? And I thought they were like giving him chances to emote and really show and feel the weight of that moment. But when it's side by side with that scene from WandaVision, I'm like, fuck. Was that deliberate?
No. You're fucking crazy. Anyone who thinks that's a thing, no. I mean, yes, it is a thing. I seen it myself. They sync up. Wanda becomes, the Scarlet Witch. Got it. And then in that moment, the threshold is crossed. Right?
But it's second for second, the exact same time.
I know.
In each show. And you could almost stand to reason that Wanda has that ability to reach across realities, which is where she got that Scarlet Witch power from, the ability to warp reality and basically fucking affect or mute fucking Kang's ability to see.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, I don't think they're that clever.
The counters, I don't know. I mean, it's I don't know. I fucking don't know.
I doubt it.
It'd be awesome if later on it comes out that it did.
Nah, I think it's maybe a coincidence or maybe something fudging with the way that they did it. Because are you really gonna go right now? We're just taking the guy's word for it.
That's true too. We might have to go back, and look at the time.
Yeah, but I'm not playing with that. You know what I mean? I'm not doing that. I don't.
It's a simple thing to check. It's not a big.
It is a simple thing. I'm not fucking
doing it.
You don't
need to switch apps because they're both on Disney
Jesus
Plus.
Christ! I'd rather watch like a YouTube video on Pimentel on the nature of reality or something like that. I don't know. Shit. No. All right. So he does that thing, right? All right. And so, all right. Oh man, there's so much to that. Or not. There's not really that much. It's kind of simple, right? If you kill me,
and I think you said Nexus when you meant the hex.
The hex, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So, okay, sorry. Keep going.
Well, shit, man. Now that you said that, I forgot about that. Whatever. I don't think they're doing anything. They're throwing out a bunch of shit. I don't think that's all gonna link. I do not think that's gonna link.
Well, I think this show is supposed to. Oh no, my bad. Black Widow is supposed to come out first. And WandaVision was supposed to come out in the middle or last.
Wait, when does Black Widow come out?
What do you mean? No, I'm talking about like in the order of like release dates. Black Widow was supposed to be first.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That would make sense because everything else doesn't really link into Black Widow. But then Black Widow with the Dark Avengers and shit, you got that going on. Right. So what'd you think about the reaction, the action between Loki and Sylvie when they're fighting each other?
I thought it was consistent. I mean, you said it way back in the beginning. She's there to destroy everything.
Yeah. Well, either conquer or destroy.
Conquer, right? Conquer or destroy. She was presented with both, and she decided to take it down. She said, "No, I'm not going to maintain a system that oppressed me and other people like me. So I'm just going to take it down." because she didn't trust anybody. She didn't even trust Kang
Or Loki.
or Loki.
Yeah.
She didn't trust anybody.
Man, it's so cool when Loki comes up on her and he's like, and like I seen things where they compared it to when they're on the train and he's talking about love and it disappears when she goes to reach the dagger. And he's trying to make love into a poem or whatever. And then it's almost the same thing. Like he goes to kiss her and then she poofs him away,
Right.
Can she teleport things?
I don't know if it was like she opened a temp pad and then pushed them.
Oh no, she was holding the temp pad of temp pads.
Oh, the time twister thing.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
she was holding his temp pad.
Yeah. I think.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
He has everything.
Right.
Man, that's crazy. So like, So would you think when he was like, I just want you to be all right? I was like, do you think that Loki was gonna betray her at that point?
I don't think so.
I mean, okay. I was thinking about our conversation in the very first episode. And it was like he does this thing where he gets you to think one thing, and each movie and every movie, we were like, yeah, man, Loki's different. And then he betrays us. And like, you know what I mean? And then like he's always gone through an adventure, some growth, and then he betrays us. And he does it in the show too. Like literally, he's like, I'm weak, da-da-da-da-da. And then it turns out, he's trying to betray you. He's trying to take over. And here we go again. At the very fucking end. He's like, no, we gotta take time. Let's do this. And I'm thinking, what the fuck is he doing the thing again? I watched the episode twice. At both instances, you can't tell. You can tell that you're on his side though. But in reality, though, is he? You don't know because you're not given Sylvie doesn't even give him the chance to do anything.
Right.
She just kicks him out. I mean, like, I know that we all think, yeah, this time he's for real, but how many fucking times have we gone through?
We thought that. Yeah, you're right.
So, like, at that moment, I still believed he wasn't going to betray her or anything else. She just beat him to the punch. But, I mean, man, maybe he was. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Maybe he would have taken the place of Kang and deleted her. But I don't think so. Because what the TVA was sensing was the relationship between them two becoming a thing, becoming legit. If it was him getting ready to betray her or kill her, like that wouldn't have been a thing.
Right? Because he's done this with everybody else.
Yeah.
He's betrayed a bunch of people.
Right. But I think this time it was different.
Yes. That would be tight. That would be tight if that's the writing right there. It's the one person he won't betray. That's why it's a thing. And what you could do with that power.
Yeah, because it's him or his twin sister.
Yes, basically. DNA, exactly the same.
Same parents, same everything.
Same everything.
But it's himself. So he would he betray himself?
And that shit. Well, he did. Because she
tried.
No, she betrayed him.
But there wasn't a betrayal though. That was her, because betrayal would have been she fucking kills him, and still does her thing. In this one, it's like she spared him so that she could do what she had to do.
Yeah. So she kills that Kang, and then so the timeline just fucking explodes basically.
I'll be honest, I wasn't fully expecting. I was expecting Kang to die, because I was like, well, okay, he just basically told us if he dies, we get the multiverse, and we know Doctor Strange and the multiverse of madness is a thing, so he's gonna die somehow. But I really didn't think it was gonna be straight up the way Sylvie. I thought maybe Renslayer shows up or somebody else shows up and kills him or something, and Sylvie doesn't get a chance. I didn't think they were gonna be ballsy enough to go ahead and have her be the one that kicks this whole thing off.
Yeah, I know. And so what's her place in all of this? She has actual Kang the Conqueror power now, because he's pretty powerful. So did she now control Goliath? Does she now control time? Only that one time.
Now, does she get his powers, or does she just get access to his tech? which she maybe doesn't know how to use right away or doesn't have the power to use.
You could write that out though, because she, at the age of whatever the fuck, 7 or 8, it figured out 10 pads real quick. Who knows what fucking, and she fucking rigged up. You can just say she's at that level where she can figure it out.
Yeah, but we don't know what level being she is to be able to wield that power. So, because we already know we already know certain powers, certain things, certain objects have to be wielded by certain people.
Yeah, but like, you got Kang the Conqueror, a human. I think that a guy who's ready to die, give his power to them, would make it easy for them to just take it over.
Yeah, but his intention was for the both of them to do it. So maybe one of them independently.
I think it was to make a choice. I think it was make a choice. There was 2 choices: kill him, and then let this shit hit, or take over.
Or take over as a pair.
I don't think so. You watch it again. I think he wanted it to be a choice because he looks at
a choice between.
Oh,
Loki
I think he knew
Loki and Sylvie killing him, or Loki and Sylvie taking his place.
I think it was more of Loki and Sylvie taking over, or Sylvie killing him, because he looks at her when he says it. I do like the fact that he says, "Grow up. We're all bad guys here."
That was good.
I can't think of anything else in that episode other than that. I mean,
it was
that
good,
was,
man. I don't have a whole lot to complain about. I really don't. I mean, It didn't have a big unnecessary fight. The fight that did take place
was emotional.
Made sense. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's like you knew that they cared about each other, but here they were fighting each other because it goes back to Omni-Man fighting his son. You know, Omni-Man had his purpose, and his son getting powers kind of changed that. All of a sudden his son was a threat, and he had to choose, to protect the son or kill him, and not realize that, staying with the son, was a viable option, but now he's gone too far. For Sylvie, it's like this has been her goal since she was 7 years old.
Yeah.
To get to this point, to be in front of this person responsible for the system that put her through all that hell. She said something that was really powerful, existing all her life in apocalypses, in the worst of different times. She never had peace, right? She was always in a place that was about to get fucked up. So that's a shitty way to grow up. And since she was 7, she looks like she's maybe in her early 30s. That doesn't mean it was 25 years because they age slower.
Yeah.
Right? It could have been 1,000 years.
I was going to say 1,000 years.
It could have been 1,000 years of her, running around, dodging people, running around through time. So finally she was here. She was able to do this thing. And it was this person that she just started caring about, maybe about 48 hours ago, linear time. And it's a pretty easy answer at that point. You got finally what you want. Go and get it.
Yeah, it's hard to stop that train.
Well, also, the denial of, is the thing that I wanted really bad for everybody? Was the system that was in place absolutely necessary to protect existence? Or was there another way?
Well, it's hard to believe that if you kill this guy, there's going to be an infinite amount of them. Like, why is it that it's just this is the guy? Of all the infinities, this is the guy.
Yeah, and when she stabs him, it's almost like there's no glee, there's no celebration. It's more like, fuck, I did it. Fuck, I did it. Like the end of The Graduate, it's like, yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah.
What did accomplishing my goal really cost? Everything.
Basically, we had another Thanos moment.
Yeah.
Because the universe is going to end.
It was good characters, good writing. Every episode was exciting. They ended on good cliffhangers. My one and only complaint is the one episode where they show Loki at the alive at the end.
Yeah, because they fucked us on a badass plot twist.
Yeah, they could have left us hanging for a week. It's not like we weren't going to tune in.
Yeah, that emotional impact of seeing Loki on the next week, you're like starting with that episode, you're like, yeah, because I could have had thoughts like, is this a flashback? What is this, you know? But as
And
soon
then
as
you would have had word of mouth because people would have said, Loki's dead. I don't really feel like watching it. No, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it.
yeah.
And it would have turned it into must-see television the way that,
What do you think about the
fucking,
visuals if you had to rate them?
I had no issues with them at all. There was never a point where I was like, this looks stupid. The look of the show was consistent throughout. So I think once you establish an aesthetic, if you keep it consistent, then it doesn't ruin anything about the believability. It lets you get lost. It lets you suspend your disbelief and enjoy it. There was never any time that I looked and said, this is bullshit. This is fucking stupid. My brain kind of accepted it.
But that gives it average right there. What takes it up a notch?
The way they put everything together. I think visuals, I think aesthetically, like pleasing to the eye, the show was awesome to watch. The things that they came up with, the different designs and stuff, it was really, really fun to look at. The cinematographer really had an eye for, where to put the camera and stuff too, because it was just fun to watch.
I thought the cinematography was good. And there was a lot of cool little special effects when the moon was exploding. And,
oh man, that looked awesome. Yeah, that looked awesome.
And there was like cool cinematography in the sense of like, as the world's gonna end, they're like sitting together, just having a solemn moment, and they created this like, that would have been a painting, that's what they were going for.
Right.
What do you give it?
The fake oneer, that might be the only part where I was kind of like, that might have been the only part that kind of brought it down for me. The oneer is like a one. It looks like it's a single take.
Oh yeah.
When they do that kind of stuff, it takes me out because it's a real obvious attempt by the director cinematographer to create a oneer.
Why would they do that though?
Because it's becoming a thing. I think Daredevil did one, but it's so badass.
Oh, when he's fucking people up
in the hallway scene.
Yeah, the hallway scene. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And that's become so iconic, of a oneer. I think people are trying to recreate it. Fucking 1917 is all one big oneer, but fake, right? Because they still had to film it over several days, weeks, whatever. I honestly, I think that's the only reason I haven't watched 1917, because it feels like you didn't need a gimmick, and you don't need a gimmick if your story is good.
Yeah, duh.
If your characters are compelling and shit, then I don't need a camera that like follows their asses and then for some reason goes up and then over and around to give me the sense of 360. No, just give me the traditional setups. Give me Saving Private Ryan with them walking through a fucking marsh with the lightning going on in the background. Give me that. I agree. Cool shit.
That's why Tenet sucks. I agree.
Tenet.
Because if you have a gimmick and a bad story.
A time gimmick that was probably overly complicated, because you still could have had, unnecessarily, you still could have had, an idea of, him forging this relationship with somebody, and then that's somebody coming back in time to work with them without all the other who's moving forwards and backwards and needing a fucking spreadsheet to kind of diagram it all out.
Yeah.
Which is kind of fun, but not in the moment, especially since we couldn't understand half of what they were saying. The sound mix was way off. But that's that show. Did you want to rate Loki in its?
I already gave it an 8 on visuals. What did you give it?
I'd give it a 9.
Oh wow,
that's nice. I'd give it a 9. Again, the art direction. I'm putting all this together. Like the art direction, the cinematography, the look of the thing. It was unique. It was different. I can't think of too many other things that we've seen that look like this.
I liked it. I thought the art, everything was good, but there was no wow to pump me up to 10. But it was, I mean, shit, that moon exploding scene was really good.
Yeah.
But it was only
a 10. I don't know about. Have we rated anything at a 10 yet?
On visuals?
Yeah.
Let me see. I don't think so. That's such a high mark. If you were watching Interstellar,
Yeah, I would probably go Interstellar or Dunkirk or Dark Knight
yeah.
because so much is done in camera.
The closest we came was to 10 was 8's pretty much the highest we go. Wonder Woman we rated pretty high. I'm fucking with you.
I was gonna say.
Nah, man.
I'd give it a 9 on visuals only because they created a lot of new stuff for the show, a lot of new spaces and stuff, and I was with it. I was with it.
Yeah, there's nothing that we would give it that high of a visual of 10 is hard.
Yeah,
that's one of the hardest ones to get to a 10. I mean, I would have said Star Wars 8 because I really liked that first half hour was like, oh my God, dude. But
and even when she does that bullshit hyperspace suicide,
yes,
kamikaze move, it was amazing.
Oh yeah,
it looked
was
amazing.
Done. Everything was done. Yeah. All right. What do you think of the story?
Fuck. It's been 2 weeks, right? But it's still with me.
Yeah.
I think the turn that Loki took from bad Loki at New York to, totally opening himself up and being vulnerable with Mobius was way too fast.
Okay.
Somebody pointed out he just killed Coulson. Just fucking stabbed him through the fucking thorax.
That's true.
I'd still give it a 9.
That's not bad.
They had to do so much in 6 episodes, and I always go back to Thor. They had to give us and set us up with a brand new world, a brand new set of rules, and make it fun in the first episode. And they succeeded. WandaVision came out. Its first episode was really 2 episodes, right? They put them together.
3 episodes.
Same
it literally
runtime.
Is 3 episodes.
Took 3 episodes to finally get somewhere.
Yeah, to get to where you needed to get.
I appreciated the first half of the show, but the first half of the show feels disjointed from the second half of the show. Of WandaVision, right? It feels like you're watching 2 different things. But here it was the same thing all throughout with twists and turns, working within the world that they had just made, and keeping the writing really, really tight and giving us shit to look at too. I mean, even the dossier that talked about the destruction of Asgard mentioned the Revengers, which I was like, get the fuck out. That's who.
Yeah. Well, just like those little moments where the music kicked on and he's crying, and I actually had to ask what the fuck is happening. Why is he crying? He was already there. And it was just like, it was such a beautiful moment, when you know about it. It's just like he saw his fucking family die, like in word. He saw it twice. He saw it like with his eyes, and then he saw it again. I thought that was good storytelling.
It was real because it was taking him down to everybody else's level as far as feeling pain. Because up until that point, he's living amongst a bunch of immortals, and he's stepping on the ants. He sees humans and all life as ants. But now, when it's turned, and now he's the target, and his family's the target, and there's real consequences of his actions, I can see why the turn comes. It just still it came a little too quick for me. But it's basically the reality that you're just as mortal as everybody else, and people fucking with you is like you fucking with others.
So there's a part, check it out. So there's a part where, you remember in the first episode, he sees the Infinity Gems?
Yes.
And then he sees like his end or whatever.
Yep.
And then he comes to the I'm weak, all that. There's a deleted scene that they don't have. They didn't make it. It's Loki gets the Infinity Gem, the Infinity Gauntlet, goes back to like his timeline or whatever, and just starts fucking shit up, killing Thanos, fucking everywhere, lots of sex, and then like it's just like he gets to the end of time and he's just bored, and then he just comes back. and then he says those sentences.
That something like that would have helped it make more sense because he would have spent time,
Yeah.
Kind of going through what his glorious purpose was and realizing that there's nothing.
Because I think the dialogue of what would you do then? Take over this. What would you do then? And then.
Yeah, but
And
but
then.
but I imagine that in that reality, he doesn't form an emotional attachment with anybody like he does with Sylvie. And
That's true.
She
And
ends up
Mobius.
completing, and Mobius, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you could argue too. I mean, he loves Thor. He cares about Thor. He tries really hard not to, but at the end of the day, he still doesn't want anything to happen to him. Really,
Yeah.
kill away. Okay, stop. I can't fucking fake it anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
So he does have that, but in that Loki Infinity Gauntlet time, I imagine that he's pretty shallow and never forms an attachment with anybody.
Okay.
Because he doesn't need anybody. So he doesn't have to learn about anybody. If you got the gauntlet, who do you need to be able to do something that you want to do? You don't really need anybody. But here he was forced to work with Sylvie to get off Lamentis, know, to get to the timekeepers, and to get to Kang. Couldn't do it alone.
I gave the story a 10, and I'll tell you why I gave it a 10. It's because solidly, even there are plot holes in the story, but they made it in a way where I didn't care as much. They made the story work in the parameters of this show. And there's a lot of little things like, what if he could have done this? Why didn't he do that? Why didn't he go back in time? What is time travel? Time travel by itself is a plot hole. You know what I mean? Yep. So but I enjoyed it thoroughly. They created a lot of character moments that I keep coming back to. And I don't know, you're right when you said with the Thor, no truer words were ever said in the history of mankind. With this show, they had to do a lot.
Yeah.
And by the way, it's Loki who really gave a fuck, honestly.
You like the character, but a whole show about him?
Yeah.
I think somebody broke down. He has like 2 was it 2 hours of screen time or 27 minutes of screen time, something like that, in all the years of Marvel.
Yeah,
you make a show about him.
So you get the Winter Soldier and the Falcon, and I'm like, that's the show to watch. That's what's gonna get me. That has way more going for it. And then you got Loki, and I'm like, what a waste of time. Who gives a fuck? Wow, did they fucking just switch everything around? And he was such a better character, and the acting. I didn't know he was that good of an actor. I have seen him in movies. I don't care. I don't. But in this little property, through the story and the characterization, I was like blown the fuck away. I was like, wait, just a sec. What's up? Okay, watching TV or something. Get a snack, shit. So
whoever cast Thor 1 did all of the Marvel Universe a favor. Fucking Chris Hemsworth, dude. Fucking Odin. Anthony Hopkins is fucking Odin.
Well,
Loki, even Renee Russo as Thor's mom. I've always had a soft spot for her. I don't know why.
Lethal Weapon.
She's very likable in all of the movies.
Lethal Weapon 3.
Lethal Weapon, dude.
That's why.
Up, fucking Get Shorty.
Yeah. No. It's Lethal Weapon 3 that makes you love her. Period.
Yeah.
It is because you hear the jazz. And she's so good. She's so wholesome. You want to be part of that family. And then when you watch Lethal Weapon 4, it's still good.
Yeah, it's still good. Still fucking good.
So I'm just saying,
that cast was so strong. Idris Elba as fucking as Heimdall.
They could add a show on him.
They could have. He didn't want to though. He fucking equated that shit to slavery. I think he used that word.
Well, motherfucker is kickboxing in real life. He's just like, I could pick this up, and he's actually doing it. So, Idris, do whatever you want to do, man. You can't pick up kickboxing at 40. That's inhuman, and he did it. So
No, I'm not criticizing him. I'm just
no, I know. I mean, like, no, you could say whatever the fuck you want. Like anyone who's doing kickboxing at 40 as an actor who doesn't have to do it. I mean, you could just say, you know what, space isn't real.
No, he's badass. I really like him as an actor.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm disappointed that he hated his time in the Marvel universe when
it sucks to be
everybody really liked his character.
Hey man, when you're fucking learning fucking kickboxing in a foreign country for no fucking reason, I mean, like, Jesus Christ, dude, I'm still trying to wake up in bed. Like, this guy is fucking in Thailand, fucking people up trust me, I'm 40. I on my best day cannot go kickboxing. Let's just say that in a foreign fucking country. And he's going against like heavyweights and he's getting after it. This motherfucker's crazy. Of course, he's not human. He's got big dick energy. What can I say?
It sounds like you're crushing on him. What's the next score?
Oh yeah, okay. So I gave it a 10. Engagement. I already put my score down.
9.
Oh shit, I gave it a 10.
Yeah, I'll give it a 9.
Engagement, I'm fully in. I know that there's one part you're taking out, but for me, I was all in.
I was able to wait between shows. I think there was one episode I watched like all the way like the following Monday. I mean, we watched it as soon as we could, but if we didn't, I was kind of like, I could wait.
I couldn't wait to watch it. Like if it was like 3 a.m. and I was awake, I'm watching it. It just came out. No, all right. The music. This is different because of the other two. I can't remember a song, but right now, as I think of Loki, I can remember. Like I can remember little like what the fuck? Can you think of a Thor song?
Yeah, you're right. The intro song,
everything
it was unique. It had its own unique sound.
He had and then he had the when he's looking at something, he's all crying, and then there's one more theme. It's when he's singing. He sings the Norwegian, and I was like, he can sing too. What can he do?
7.5.
Oh, he gave it 7.5. All right.
I
gave it an 8.
Yeah.
Now it's not blowing my hair back 10. It's not like no fucking Hans Zimmer, but I'll tell you what though, for the first time of all these Marvel things, I actually remembered the music and I was like, this is good.
Oh. Well, I mean, for me, the music stood out in Infinity War.
Of course.
Yeah, Infinity War, the music stood out to me.
Yes.
Captain America shows up, fucking Guardians of the Galaxy show up.
Yeah.
All the fight music and shit.
Tell me twice. I fucking get it. Yeah. All right. Rewatchability.
8. I'm definitely gonna watch it at least 2 more times through. I've been wanting to watch the last episode again. Lately.
I know.
I just haven't had time.
I give it a 9 because I've watched every episode twice and the first 2 episodes 3 times. And that's before I even gotten, like there's Mandalorian I could watch, but I enjoyed it so much. Like it's whenever I start watching YouTube clips of it, that's when I know I like it. Like I want to rewatch it again because I'll watch just for that moment. Like when he sings to her for no fucking reason, I was like, you won me over. There's like when he's talking to her, he's really like, wait, Sylvie, wait. I felt that. Like for me, it resonated for me where you see the anger in a person because you've been there. Yeah. And you really think that you can reach that person. And you're at a new level. You're at a new level. Your new level is this. I've been there. I think I can help you. But that too is a lie. And he's stuck there. He was like, I can help you. He's like, fucking just wait. If you just wait,
Yeah.
She doesn't want to fucking wait. She wants to get it done. It's beautiful.
It was good. It was good. It was really good. That show was really good.
So let's give the scores that button. All right, so we rated the movie. I gave it a 9 all around. So Loki season 1 is a 9. I felt that. And then I felt that Evers was a well-rounded score, is 8.4.
Yeah.
Let me now because we're doing let me just do this real quick. So Loki season 1, that's the end of the TV shows, I guess. Yeah, I mean, What If is a cartoon.
Hawkeye.
Whatever. Like, yeah, I'll hold my breath.
I feel
All
like
right,
Hawkeye is gonna end up being like
shitty.
like Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
Winter
shitty.
Soldier.
Dude, Loki
Not
set
shitty,
the bar.
not shitty, but competent. You know,
Loki set the bar.
I think Loki set the bar for doing
I mean, like,
crazy cool
fuck.
new shit.
Can you imagine if Loki came out first and everything else came out?
It's so hard to take something that's already at such a high level, you know, and move it up without falling back on your same old shit. I feel like this was all new stuff.
No, it was all new stuff, but to go past this, like, it
Yeah.
doesn't need to go cosmic. That's not what you need to do. What you need to do is create story. Through story, everything spills out. Now, could they have done better than what they did at past Loki? I doubt it. Tom Hiddleston's like fucking the Hulk, you know, when it comes to like acting. And then you had fucking Owen Wilson, dude.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. Name anyone that was at his level, at their level in the other shows. No one.
I think this show did something that Winter Soldier also did, and Civil War, which was basically take the whole universe and then kind of throw it, you know, on its head. Everything you thought you knew, it needs to change now. The status quo is now over. All the other movies, everything else after this, has to respond to this.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. I know.
Winter Soldier, the fall of Shield, the emergence of Hydra. You know, Captain America changed. Everybody changed. Everything else after it had to change with it.
I want to believe what you said, because this show felt like that, but I'm not feeling that. Like when Winter Soldier came out, you fucking felt the pulse of nerdality and everything was elevated. When Winter Soldier came out, everything was elevated. You felt it. Yeah. This is really good. Loki is really good, but I'm not feeling that from nerds.
I think we'll see it, dude, because you got Doctor Strange dealing with
that's a movie.
Yeah, these shows are really just movies. Just
no, that's what we're saying.
Time with them.
No, that's a different crew, though. It's a different crew of people making this shit. Because when you watch Black Widow,
I get it, but I'm looking at just the story stuff, though. You know, Black Widow's a movie didn't really land like Winter Soldier landed. All it did was introduce some new characters, and that's it.
Oh, next episode of this show, we'll review Black Widow and get into that. Well, let me go back though. Let's stray off.
All right.
So Loki season 1, 8.4 you, 9 me. So we watch Winter Soldier and the Falcon. That's the last one, right?
Yes.
Okay. I gave it a 7. You gave it a 7.3.
Okay.
So we liked Loki more.
Of course. And I hope WandaVision came in right in the middle of that. Because I think that
WandaVision, oddly enough, we both gave it a 7.6.
Okay, right in the middle. I think
WandaVision we liked more. We liked WandaVision more than we liked Winter Soldier or the Falcon.
Yeah, no, I think that's how I would rate them. Loki, WandaVision, Falcon, Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Even though I was looking forward to them in the opposite direction.
Yes, I wanted to watch Winter Soldier, the Falcon, and Winter Soldier so bad.
I totally thought Loki was gonna be a fucking side story bottle, totally in its own thing, filler.
Yes,
I totally thought that whatever they did in Loki, they were gonna have to undo it at the end, and nothing was gonna happen moving forward. Maybe introduce some new idea, you know, that everybody else would have to react to, like the quantum realm, you know.
Yeah, never in a million years.
That was the only purpose of like Ant-Man and the Wasp, was to introduce us to the quantum realm.
Yes,
Watching it, I was like, they're telling us how they're gonna bring everybody back in Endgame. That's what this movie's doing right now.
It was such a non-movie, like Ant-Man and the Wasp. Like if you watch Ant-Man, it's a really good movie. But then you watch Ant-Man and the Wasp, and you're just like, it's Thor, basically.
I had fun watching it, but
me too. But it's a non-movie. Though, like seriously, like
I
if I
go
go
back to it, I watched it once after it came out, and that was it.
I went through all of them, and I watched it again. And I was just like, it's there's nothing there. There's nothing there, other than like story points that get to you, end game.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. I mean, like, unless you want to talk about Black Widow, that will be another like 30 fucking minutes.
I'm down for that if you are down for that.
Well,
I got me 30 minutes, but
all right,
save it for the next one.
We could pound out Black Widow. It's good that we do because I don't want to. It's hard to retain that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch it again anytime soon.
Oh no! All right, so Black Widow. What were your thoughts?
I watched it in the movie theater. Fun watching the movie theater. Good to be back in the movie theater.
Exactly. Me too.
I had fun watching it. I might watch it one more time when it comes out in 4K. But I pretty much understand who the new characters are, and when they show up, I'll be able to say, "Oh, they're the ones from the Black Widow," and that's it.
Black Widow sucked. I hated it. I mean, like I'm not just okay. I enjoyed watching it in the sense of there was nothing bad about it.
No,
but that was it. It was like it just ends, and I'm like, whatever.
Falcon and Winter Soldier. It did what it was supposed to do, kind of what we expect from that type of a Marvel movie. They try to be like the original Winter Soldier. That's so hard to do.
I enjoyed thoroughly the lady, the blonde girl.
Yeah, she was awesome.
She was my favorite part. That's it.
She was awesome.
The one part that failed.
Red Guardian was fun to watch too, but he was too much of a ham sometimes. She was hammy, but just enough.
She was good. Everything she said was good. Everything she did was good. Then when I saw the other guy, I was waiting for him, the Stranger Things guy. And I was like, yeah, this could be good. And it sucked.
Yeah, you never got any real depth out of him.
Like, I thought they were going to go somewhere with it, but they didn't.
Yeah, no, when I say ham, it's usually somebody that's kind of going for laughs.
Yeah, no, there's that. That's
pretty much all it was.
That's the actor. That's what he does.
Right.
But like there were some things I really felt like they could have went for, but they didn't. And then the Taskmaster reveal, I feel like that was weak. It would have been cool if it was Hawkeye this whole time. I don't know.
I thought this was gonna be set back in the day, and I thought it was gonna be Hawkeye.
Me too.
Which I almost feel would have been better if they had done that.
Yes.
But then again, we're expecting it to be Hawkeye, so it's better that it's not.
I guess.
But you end up creating a newish character to be Taskmaster. I wasn't invested in Taskmaster. Some people were like, Taskmaster's supposed to be a dude. I don't give a fuck. I doubt a lot of there's nobody fucking wearing Taskmaster shit,
So they ran into the common problem. What was Iron Man doing when all this was happening? In the sense of this guy's been around for how long?
Yeah, and he's running around out in the open wearing that shit too.
So Iron Man is like, he doesn't know about this guy, doesn't know anything. He fucking hacked all of S.H.I.E.L.D. and he didn't know anything about this guy. I mean, this seems like the guy to know.
Also, all of the Security Council and Sokovia, people are in Europe where they're at.
Yeah.
And nobody dispatched War Machine or anybody else to come out and handle that shit.
You're talking about fucking global threats and threats against the fucking world, and Iron Man with this giant satellite.
Whoa. Okay, wait. I got it.
Oh, shit. Okay.
I got it.
All right.
So this takes place in the credits at the end of Civil War, but before the end credits scene. And so what's happening at the end of Civil War is Tony Stark's with Rhodey. He's pretty much dropped everything.
Oh, yeah, you're right. No, he's busy.
To fix his
he's
leg.
fucking busy.
He's busy it's not just them two motherfuckers that are part of the Sokovia Accords, right? I mean,
Yeah, like Doctor Strange isn't figuring shit out.
uh,
I'm just joking. I mean, like seriously though, you would figure Iron Man would have known about this guy, but oh well, I guess not.
yeah, I
Like
mean,
he has a helicarrier.
is Iron Legion no longer a thing? You know, he just stopped doing that, or what?
I mean, I get it. The AI took over. Got it. Let's not have that AI anymore. But it seemed like Iron Legion was pretty good at doing this shit.
Yeah,
You know, like or scanning or whatever. Oh well, whatever. I have nothing in the tank for this movie. Scarlett Johansson, what the fuck? There was like nothing there. There was nothing there for her to do.
yeah, no. I mean, it was good. It fits in between the movies, I think, pretty nice. But it should have come out back then. You know,
What the fuck? Civil War, then Black Widow. That would have been fucking crazy.
that would have been that. I think that would have been good. And then
It was such a non-movie, like in the sense of fucking why am I watching this? You know?
it felt like there was no stakes because you knew they couldn't do anything that would move anything forward because it happened before the snap.
And not just that, like I didn't care. Like there was nothing that I cared
Well,
about.
again, you don't care because she's dead. So what kind of progression can happen that'll make you feel worse for her? I don't know.
I was kind of hoping they would have did something like, if you ever die, you press this button, you come back to life, or something like that.
Fucking
Just so
Captain Marvel all over again.
you're like,
another fucking pager to call fucking
Black
what's her
Widow.
name? Well, the blonde widow.
Oh yeah, that's basically what's gonna happen. The White Widow.
So yeah, and
Yeah,
it was okay. It was fun. It was a fun watch, but again, probably
I just wasn't invested in it. I mean, I was out theater for the first time in like a year, and I was stoked on that, and I was watching it. Like you said, I was enjoying it as well. But at the end of the day,
something that took me out of it was all the times that she should have died. You know, when she took a rocket to her truck and shit flips fast. Like
there was a
20
lot of
times.
fight. I like the fighting in the sense of like it was brutal. Like they were getting fucked up, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, the fighting was good.
I thought it was
The
good.
special effects were good, but I think it's like a running joke now that fucking ScarJo's character should have died this time.
Yeah.
And they just threw it into overdrive, fucking falling 10 stories on different fucking air ducts and shit. And then
You know what they should have did is got the people who made the Bourne Identity and like had them do the fighting and choreographing because it's more real.
Yeah.
Like I mean, like all things considered, and that's what they should have made it more real and more low key. But they went too far up.
Even Winter Soldier, the first one, had damn good fighting in it. And you could see the fighting that was going on. Sometimes it's like it's a false equivalency sometimes where it's like, well, I gotta shoot it with style, but you're not gonna be able to see everything. Or if I show everything, then it doesn't look dynamic. But Winter Soldier looked dynamic. You could see what they were doing, and they were doing cool shit.
Yeah, and the music cuts out.
Movie.
The music cuts out for some of the fighting, and then
that would
also
have been good. But they also treat Steve Rogers as like peak human, not superhuman, but peak human. Because even when he like falls, he jumps out of the elevator, he opens up to slow himself down, and then before he hits the ground, he lands on a shield, and then he's like, you see him like hurting and wincing to get back up and keep going.
Yeah.
Like he's taking damage. Black Widow's taking damage, but it's like she hasn't had the serum. The only thing they allude to was that she was chosen because she had specific genetic traits. And I wonder if they're trying to hint that maybe she was a mutant or she was just naturally stronger than most.
Yeah, that too. I was like, why'd you do that? You know? Whatever. All right, let's rank this shit out.
Yeah.
Visuals.
Fuck. It looked great. it looked really good. There wasn't too much bullshit. I call it an
That
8.
third act was ridiculous. It was just too much.
I call it an 8. Yeah, the third act. Yeah,
I gave it a 5. It was
Ooh.
average. The whole thing was average. There was nothing that was like, wow. I was literally like,
well, they were going for real, right? And for the most part, it looked real again, except for the third act. But you had helicarriers already, so I don't know.
I
I'm
don't
good
know.
with my. I'm good with my 8.
Okay. Story.
7.
I gave it a 5. There's a story, not too many plot holes. It's not too good. It's not bad. It's average. And if I think about it anymore, I'll probably give it a lower rating because there's nothing good. There's nothing good in the story. Nothing.
I think the relationship between them two,
That's cool.
that was cool. The sense of responsibility that she had to her sister and to the Taskmaster. I don't think they fleshed that second one out enough.
Although I liked the character, the blonde widow, but I mean, it was not enough. Maybe if she would have died, I don't know. That's what I was thinking she was going to do. Engagement.
7. I was engaged, but I probably won't be watching it again soon.
I was engaged as far as I could averagely be engaged. I mean, if it was not COVID apocalypse and this is my 5th movie I've seen in a year, it would have been lower. So I gave it a 5. The music.
Did it have music?
Exactly. It did. You know it had.
It didn't do anything that took me out of it.
I don't.
I guess
name that one song.
I guess it did its job. Oh, she's listening to some fucking Rihanna
American
pop song
Pie.
or something.
American Pie. My, this American guy. And I was like, when they did that, I was like, you just wanted to make a song in a movie so you could relate to it later on, and they did.
I'll give it a 4 only because it wasn't terrible in a way that distracted. Like, oh fuck!
Oh, of course.
Terrible because his music is just taking me out of it. But it was pedestrian. Like it did its job.
You know what? I literally gave it a 3, but when you said it didn't take you out of it, like the music wasn't fucking terrible. But you're right. I give it a 4. I give it a 4 too. Rewatchability.
I think that's gonna be a 4, man. I think that's gonna be. I'll watch it one more time, but there's not too many moments.
For 4, that means you're gonna watch it 3 more times. I mean, like seriously, like let's really think about what you just said.
Watch it 3 more times.
That's what I'm throwing at you. I mean, like seriously, why would you watch it any more than once? And why would that mean 4?
I think.
Okay, what's
is
one?
Is that the one that we count twice?
Yes, but look, yes, but
so
like
it's gonna pull the average way down.
Of course,
2 4s is gonna pull the average way down.
I fucking know, but like, let's talk about this. Rewatchability out of 1. What does that mean?
I will never watch it again.
Well, when it was 0 then, because 0 is on the table.
0 is I turned it off halfway through.
Okay, so 0. All right, that makes sense. Not you didn't even watch it the first time. That's how bad it is.
Yeah, you said this is a waste of my fucking time.
So 1 means you'll never watch it again.
Okay, we're establishing that right now then? So 1,
yeah,
I watched the whole thing.
Let's do that. Because when you said that,
I will never watch it again. If it ever pops up on TV, I'm changing the fucking channel.
So what's a 2?
If it pops up on TV, I guess I'll watch it.
Really?
I'll leave it on in the background while I'm washing dishes, maybe.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right. And then what's a 3 then?
Okay, it's 3.
All right,
I'll watch it at least once. Because here's the thing, I'll probably buy it, Kevin, but it's just because it's part of the collection. It's just.
I mean, all right. Check it out.
Death
I know that.
Death and Return of Superman has one comic book that I really don't like. It's where the cyborg Superman saves the White House. I really could give a shit about that. It doesn't do anything for me.
But you need it for the
I
collection.
hate that it's written in the passive, as an article. I don't like that. But you're not gonna not get it because it's gonna ruin the collection if you don't have it. So I'm gonna buy it. But it's just so that I can have it right there and say
all right. I am going to watch it again. Because I'm, right before the big movie when they fight Kang the Conqueror, you got to go through the whole thing. That's what I did. All right. So that being said, other than that, so I give it a 3.
Okay, I'll give it a 3. You got me. Convince me.
Damn, that's fucking crazy that we rated Black Widow that way. And it's not like we hated it either. That's the thing. We didn't hate the movie. And it wasn't bad. It just wasn't good.
It doesn't give me anything to go back to. If I want to watch Black Widow again, I'll watch Winter Soldier, which was way better and had way more moments in it for me to go, that's fucking cool. When Captain America.
So for Black Widow, I gave it a 4.1.
What did I give it?
You gave it a 5.5.
I
think that's a legit move.
I think we score. I think we score consistently when they're movies that are in the middle.
I think we score just in general. I think this rating system that we got going on is like, yeah, I really do feel that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'm trying to go to Wonder Woman.
84.
Jesus Christ. All right, so Wonder Woman 84. I gave it a 2.6.
What did I give it?
I gave Wonder Woman or Black Widow a higher score than that, like half.
And I think that works. It has to, yeah.
4.2.
4.2.
That's what you gave it.
So yeah, we're consistent. We are consistent.
When it comes to like garbage, and like the only time we really do vary is when it's like a really good movie. I think Tenet was the only one we really varied, but other than that, like if it's a really good movie, then it gets kind of weird.
Yeah, I think there's good discussion there on the.
Oh yeah, definitely. As opposed to a shitty movie. A shitty movie, no matter what, when we review it, is a shitty movie.
Yeah, and
like we do get to the minutia why it's shitty, and then we even break it down per score. So it's like, man, talk about in depth. But when it's a good movie, it's war. Like, like this, and we're it's funny because when it's a shitty movie, it's like 3. We're debating a 3 and a 4, and who gives a fuck? But when it's a good movie, it's like it should be 10. No, it's 9. We're fighting for that one fucking point, right? Because it means a lot. It means a lot, especially on rewatch.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the big one.
Yeah. All right. As always, if you want to find our podcast, you can find us on Spotify, Apple Tunes, SoundCloud, Clown Bad, wherever podcasts are at. We're on YouTube, of course, if you're seeing this on YouTube. And always be the better person you were yesterday. And stay frosty. What you got? We got any call off? Sign off?
See you when I see you.
That's what I tell people all the time.